This is John Michael Grogan with On Point. Which side of the mountain do you live on?
Dr. John Michael Grogan is a worldwide best-selling author and speaker. In this podcast, On Point, Dr. John Michael will help you position yourself for success by achieving greater purpose, significance, and exceptionalism. Now, here's Dr. John Michael Grogan.
Today, I want to ask you a question. What side of the mountain do you live on? Studies show that people who live on the east side of the mountain, sun rising, usually get up in the morning saying something like, "Good morning, God." Then get on with leaping tall buildings, accomplishing things. They live with positive expectancy. They expect positive results and go about their day in a calm, cheerful, positive way. They tend to look at missteps and setbacks as temporary, mere speed bumps. People who live on the west side of the mountain, sun setting, tend to drag out of bed in the morning muttering something like, "Good God, it's morning." They're inclined to bring goodwill and cheer whenever they leave. We all know people like this, pessimistic, bitter, cynical. They tend to dwell on problems and woes instead of dreams and goals. Shuffling through life like a blind man stumbling along a wall, head down, stoop-shouldered, the challenges of life have taken away their joie de vivre, their zest for living. They are among the walking dead. They just haven't laid down yet. Is the difference between these two kinds of people caused by genetics, perhaps habits bred into us in our youth? Is it a matter of choice? When I was the head of a real estate firm, I never had an interview with a sales candidate who told me it was their burning desire in life to be the most mediocre person in their family history. How does it happen that in the most electrifying and exciting time to be alive, so many people with promise spend their years shuffling along with the lost, looking in the rearview mirror, on life support, languaging on past memories? Well, there are some relevant answers why this happens. Eric Hoffer said, "We are taught not to waste time and raised to waste our lives. Born crying, these people will die disappointed." We don't drift to success, but we most assuredly can drift to failure. Everyone at birth receives 24 hours a day, 1,440 minutes, 86,400 seconds. Regardless of IQ, pedigree, the number of degrees we might acquire, kings and paupers, all alike, receive the same amount of time each day. God has a plan for each of our lives. He determines what we can become. We decide what we shall become. This is the wonderful thing about free will. Without a free will, we would be automatons, nothing more than robots. It is up to us to decide what shall we become. Another reason people fall short of their aspirations for success is due to distractions, the loss of focus. We can become beguiled and distracted by the baubles and trinkets and fool's gold this world has to offer. It is said that 10,000 thoughts pass through our mind in a day. We are the sum total of our thoughts. We have to ask ourselves, are my thoughts mastering me, or am I the master of my thoughts? The objective is not to let our thoughts run rampant. The greatest contributor to the loss of focus is entertainment. A very successful woman I know told me that she doesn't go to movies. It bothers her, she said, to watch other people make an excellent living while she doesn't make a dime. Albert Einstein said, "I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots." Incidentally, he made this prophetic observation long before cell phones were ever invented. We go to sporting events and watch people bounce a ball, throw a ball, pass a ball, hit a ball, drive a ball, all while sitting on our aspirations. Most people today want to be entertained. We avoid doing the difficult thing in life, thinking, using our wonderful computer, our brain that comes as standard equipment to create better things, making them smaller, faster, less expensive. Augustine said, God provides the wind for our ideas, but we must hoist the sail. People living on the west side of the mountain will soon be shrouded in darkness as the sun sets on their lives. Tempus fugit, momente mori. Swift fly the years. Remember your mortality. Doctors tell us that short, frequent vacations or breaks are healthier for us than infrequent, long vacations or breaks. Take a weekend and go somewhere. It doesn't matter where or how far away you go. Just go. The first day you'll gear down. The second day, your batteries will recharge. By the third day, you'll come roaring back ready to leap tall buildings. Any strength taken to an extreme becomes a liability or a weakness. Some people need to come off a vacation. They seem to be in the permanent Rip Van Winkle state of hibernation. I think of the man who complained to his friend. He said, I married a crank. His friend said, maybe if you were more of a self-starter, she wouldn't have to crank. It takes discipline and living in reality to go from the west side of the mountain to the east side of the mountain, where brightness and hope live. In order to do this, we have to eliminate two phrases from our vocabulary. High achievers seldom, if ever, use these two phrases, if only and I wish. These are staples in the vocabulary of the dreamer. Wishful thinking, Eleanor Roosevelt said, is one of our besetting sins. Focusing only on our dreams and wishes and ignoring reality is immaturity. Focusing only on reality and failing to strive for the ideal leads to compromise, bitterness, and cynicism. The dreamer will quietly pass away, holding on to their illusions. Shakespeare said, our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. Those who are unwilling to be calculated risk-takers can expect to have poverty as their permanent house guest. Until next time, this is John Michael Grogan saying, be strong, be bold, be courageous.
Thanks for listening to Dr. John Michael Grogan's On Point on OneBigOne.fm and the Podcast BIG network. To contact Dr. Grogan, send an email to groganman@tds.net. If you like what you heard today and want to learn more, visit 615jmg.com and subscribe today. And as always, stay tuned to OneBigOne.fm and the Podcast BIG network.